Deep in the ocean, an orca pod is on the hunt. But these aren't your average orcas. These guys are organized.
Marketing team, did you get those social media posts scheduled for the SEAL migration?
Aye, Captain. We even have an automated notification for all pod managers when they go live.
They use Monday.com to keep their teamwork sharp, their communication clear, and their goals in sight. Monday.com. For whatever you run, even orcas. Go to Monday.com to dive deeper.
All of these girls are sitting there being, lovely girl, this is so cute. You can feel how fake this shit is. I'm about to explode because this is too much bullshit. Could have blended the beard or maybe just shaped the jawline a little bit. Yeah, no, but I don't see the family resemblance. Just being completely honest, I literally thought you guys were going to be in the bottom. I was so gagged when they were like, oh my God, they were just talking about the dresses the whole time. And I don't mean to be a bitch, but I was just like, am I looking at the same thing? I'm just saying, family resemblance, it could be a sister, it could be a brother. That's just my opinion. I can see your beard. Oh my God. Listen, I can't. I just can't, girl.
We all know you wanted a redemption. For a crown I was wrongly denied. So take this with all condescension. It's best if you all step aside. It's time that I make a confession. The rest of you don't have a prayer. See, this crown will be my possession. Even you can't be that unaware. So prepare to watch RuPaul reward me. Be prepared if I don't get my way. If things go unruly, I'll bitch and I'll bully. I'll tear you asunder and drag you down under. But love it on Reddit, I'll get all the credit. Unless my plans all go astray. If I lose, then I'll stomp and I'll swear. That's not fair. If I lose, then I'll stomp and I'll swear. That's not fair.
Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race recap show for Global All-Star Season 1, Episode 10, titled There's No Place Like Home. My name is Joe Betance, and I am joined, as always, by one contumacious co-host from Rulaska Thoughts. Please say...
These templates are terrific.
To Mr. Roberto Mata. Hello, Robert.
Hi, Joe. How's it going? Are you
Good.
prepared?
I'm prepared. She's more than prepared, mama. That's it. That's all I have. By the way, everybody, if you like that sparkling conversation, you can hear that over at Just Between Us Girls, over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. And also, you can go to Apple and scroll up and describe there. And then also, we don't have it for this show because this was a feature that just came out fairly recently. But for Just Between Us Ghouls, for Hello Uglies, you can go over to patreon.com, not subscribe. You just pay, I think it's like $15. And you get the past, present, and of the season 6 Just Between Us Girls episodes and future ones too. One-time fee, and then you get Just Between Us Girls. No monthly thing. Nothing to worry about that. So do all that. Patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. Or scroll right up there on Apple. Robert, how's she doing today?
Obsequious, Joe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the complete opposite of contumacious.
Well, good. I let AI come up with the words. Don't.
So is it your time? Is it your first time learning them, hearing them?
No. By the way, I don't think anyone in the world would ever call you obsequious. That would be the last thing I would call. Yes, but
I love doing that.
But that just faded out really fast. But
Yeah, it's almost like you
I
hit the
think
button.
everyone would agree you are contumacious. Anyway, look, we're improving people's vocabulary one episode at a time. This week, the girls put together tourism ads for their home countries. In the end, Alyssa Edwards is named the winner of the challenge, while Tessa Testicle and Kween Kong were placed in the bottom two after a lip-sync battle for their lives. Kween Kong was told, Shantae, you stay, while Tessa Testicle was asked to sashay away. Robert Mata, he of Alaska Thoughts, he of Drag Race Recap Global All-Stars. What did you think of that lip-sync, and did the right queen go home?
At least Kween Kong did not do a barrel roll.
You know what? I was waiting for the barrel roll, I will say.
As the song swelled towards the end, I was like, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. And then I've never been so thrilled to not, have it come at the end of being edged.
Yeah.
I mean, I has it been all season that I've disagreed with one of the major decisions of each episode, and I'm like, maybe I am contumacious. I thought that Tessa lip synced a little bit better than Kween Kong did. That should connected with the song a touch more. But, obviously Kween Kong wasn't going to get kicked out with 3 wins, is it? And no previous bottom 2 placement. Whereas they've been dragging Tessa in the bottom 3 for, the last 5-6 weeks. So, but we all knew it was going to happen. I'm not even mad about it. I'm not even disappointed. I'm just here watching it.
So, yeah, there was no way Queen was going to lose that. I think Tessa very clearly won that lip sync. Not that it was so, the gap was so wide, but I thought it was pretty decisive. And they did everything in their power to make you, to justify why RuPaul picked Queen, with even a confessional of that horrible person, Kitty Scott Claus, saying, oh, you don't just, step in front of somebody. Well, first of all, someone mentioned this on Reddit. And I on the second watch, I looked out for this. Queen actually did it first to Tessa, right?
She does, yes, but she walks by her while Tessa's kind of, it's a little unsportsmanlike also to stay in the middle of the stage for half of the song.
Yeah.
I understand why it's done, but if Tessa's going to be in the middle of the stage for the whole damn song, then it would make sense if Queen feels all right walking across the stage in front of her, which is what she did. Not to defend Queen.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a big Queen defender. But the other thing, too, is that this kitty is the whole time, such a shit talker during her lip syncs. The song could be Pharrell's Happy, and Quiddy's going to... Quiddy. I wish she was Quiddy. I think I already said that before, and I think I've said that joke.
It's all good.
It could be Pharrell's song, that stupid song Happy, and Queen would be doing... Not Queen, Kitty. Kitty would be giving side-eye to the other singer, like brushing them away. Like, it doesn't matter what the song is. It could be the Schindler's List theme, and Kitty's going to be just like, side-eye, brush away, whatever it is. I don't like them.
Now I'm just thinking about why the hell Pharrell's biopic was made in Lego format.
It's so funny that you say that. I've seen the trailer 1,000 times. I go to the movies with my friend John Paul.
And I love Legos.
And I see this trailer, and after the movie he goes, what do you think of that trailer? I go, I think it looks horrible. I don't want to see this movie. And he goes, I think it looks good. I was like, what?
I might go watch it with John Paul then, because I
think it looks good?
It doesn't look good, but I just like the high quality little Lego figures living their life in the Lego world. Like, fuck the writing about Pharrell's biopic. I don't give a fuck about him. Out of touch as hell. I just want to see Legos.
I think we meet a little bit in the middle. I like the concept of I like the vision. I just don't know. I would have wanted to see it on Pharrell's bio.
No, for sure.
They should have done it with this Will Ferrell trans one. That would have been great.
Oh, his friend?
Yeah.
Why did I say her friend?
Well, Will Ferrell decided he's going to turn trans as well.
I mean, hey, I would watch a lot of biopics in Lego format, like Abraham Lincoln, Hamilton, the Lego version. I don't know why I'm picking American.
I want it to be like really boring people, like Dr. Fauci.
Okay, I'd be a little curious. I'd watch anything in Lego format, though. Lego Drag Race, watch the fuck out of it.
I don't care about Pharrell.
No, who does? Who in their proper Headspace has ever said, you know who I want to learn more about today? Pharrell, who's deliberately been in the background of the music industry for like 2 or 3 decades. Like he wasn't in the forefront because he's not interesting. So why is he suddenly desperate for attention?
I'm gonna look up his Wikipedia and see if he has like, is there like did his parents die in a volcano or something like that?
Well, maybe in the Lego version, probably. There are probably dragons and like zombies and skeleton Lego characters.
Is he a gay?
He definitely has very smooth skin. Too smooth.
I'll tell you something. I don't see. Oh, personal life. Oh no, he's married to a woman, and they have 4 kids.
What does that mean?
Doesn't mean shit. There are people we know who are married and whatnot, and
Who's we?
me and my boyfriend. Pharrell.
Is this holofront? Because I can't wait
Will
to see
Pharrell.
Lego Joe Betance would be sick.
Yeah. Anyway, how do we get to talking? How did we get talking about this?
We were talking about the blasted happy song, and we were talking about the lip sync. Whereas Tessa went in front of King Kong when Queen Kong was about to pull off a stunt, and Tessa deliberately walked in front of her, remained there, bounced her titties, and then left when the beat of the song was over. I love Tessa, but that is an example of her being kind of bratty and unsportsmanlike.
I don't think it lost her the lip sync, though.
No, it didn't. I agree, it didn't. But it wasn't a shining moment by Tessa Testicle, is all I'm saying.
But there was nothing Tessa could have done to win that. You know, kind of. You know what? Honestly, yeah, the fact that there was nothing she could do, I'm glad she did it to this Queen Kong. Fuck her. I hate her.
At least I don't know how much goodwill this buys the show, but at least they did put Queen in the bottom at least once this season. Same with Kitty.
I found out that Nelly is the first queen. Nehellenia is the first. I don't know if it's the first queen to never be in the bottom in either of her seasons.
Yeah, both seasons.
Yeah,
but they do like to edge her with the high placements, but not the wins. So people don't think of her track record as like as dominant as like a Carmen Farala or Envy Peru or Christian Peralta.
All right. Well, on that note, why don't we take a break? When we come back, we're going to talk about the rest of the episode.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. They're the home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds and Skims use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/start selling, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/start selling to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/start selling.
Most tax pros leave a message.
It's Jane. I'm moving on to a TurboTax expert who beat your price. Adam Devine, tell him how I feel.
Hey, tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Best believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Make the switch at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024 and file by 4/1/2025. Full details at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice.
Sephora stores are everywhere you are. So just pop in when you need a brown lip to match your 90s playlist, a confidence boost before your interview, or a last-minute gift for mom's birthday. There's always a Sephora near you. Just pop in. Use our store locator to find your local Sephora or Sephora at Kohl's.
And we are back. After Vanity's elimination, Kitty shares her feelings about being in the bottom two, while Kween Kong takes the moment to apologize to Nehellenia for her queen's behavior during Untucked. I don't know why I said for her queen. The next day... Oh, for Queen's behavior. Okay, I see. The next day, Kitty continues to discuss her sadness over her bottom placement, and then she and Kitty proceed to make the case why they should each be given the crown. Next, RuPaul entered the workroom to announce this week's maxi challenge. The girls must create a tourism spot that shows off what makes their countries special. They must also create a postcard for their countries using a graphic design app. In the workroom, Kitty talks about the weird names British people have for their food. Nellie discusses Italian stereotypes. Tessa wonders what she can cover about Switzerland. Queen reflects on her poor performance on his challenge on Down Under. And Alyssa remembers how well she did and plans to do it again. Later, Nehellenia discusses how difficult it is to reflect one's non-conforming gender identity in Italy, while Alyssa thinks London reigns too much. It sounds like there's a lot to cover, but I don't really think that there is. Let's start with after the elimination. Specifically, the only thing really to talk about here is Queen's apology. Unless you can think of other things to talk about. Queen apologizes to Nehellenia. What do you think about this, Robert?
About 3 seconds before the apology, Kitty makes a joke about how now she's a loser like the rest of all the other girls, and the first person to laugh at that is Queen. And then the next story beat is her making a sorry that my words came across harshly. That's just how I am. I'm sorry, I guess. And then and Nellie, being a delightful, possibly non-confrontational person, just said, "Okay, you're forgiven. All is well." And I just thought that she could have been held to the fire a little bit more.
So, the rumor is, because Nellie said this, it came from Nellie's mouth on her live, that after Queen's outburst in Untucked, that Nellie and unnamed other contestants went to the producers asking for Queen to be disqualified. Now remember, even though we're watching this next week, this after the lip sync moment's only a matter of hours or minutes after they done Untucked. Mm-hmm. And so I'm 100% sure what Queen did was spurred by producers to say, listen, you got to apologize to Nellie.
Oh yeah. It was a gun against her head, kind of. Like, I hate that I have to say these words, but we're making a TV show, so let me say these fucking words.
Yeah, because maybe if they had a weekend and Queen sat on it, and I would be, okay, buy it, right? That happened, I think, did Plain Jane do something similar? Or somebody apologized after like the weekend or a day or something like that. But this is only like an hour or two, and then all of a sudden Queen has seen the light. And you're like, no, bitch. They fucking pulled you aside and they listen, there's a problem. Let's talk about the next day when they're around the table and Kitty's still fucking in her feelings because she had a lip sync. What are your thoughts here?
Well, I wasn't really focusing on Kitty yet in this episode. I was still kind of eyes to Queen because I'm just like, how let's see how this apology like actually affects her behavior. And she like clearly is trying to do her like motherly thing where she's speaking up to Nellie or really speaking down to her, but trying to uplift her. And it's so patronizing, man. Like the pursed lips, oh, you're beautiful. Everything you've done is wonderful. I'm like, you can't even do penance like authentically.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I have a note here that in her confessional, she talked about how all the other girls see her as a threat. And I'm like, have they told you this? I mean, like, look, I'm not even saying she isn't. She's done well in this competition, deserved or not. But like, it's a weird thing to say about yourself. It's a weird thing to say, like, other people see me as a threat. I don't know. It's very weird.
Yeah, but I wouldn't knock a drag queen for saying that. I'd be like, yeah, I expect that kind of self-absorption. But on the flip side of it, actually, maybe this is why I think it, because Nellie has a million confessionals, including in this segment where she says, I don't understand why none of these girls think I'm a threat. But then shortly, like immediately after that confessional, she's telling all the girls, oh, I'm just a filler queen. I'm not that good. I'm not that talented. I'm like, they're treating you this way because this is how you're telling them to treat you.
And look, just to play devil's advocate, you don't get pick me vibes from that?
I do. I know that we've been, the fan base in general has been mobilized to protect Nehellenia at all costs. But I maintain what I said at the beginning of the season, which is that she's over emotional, and that's kind of aggravating. Not as much as like, you know, a longstanding campaign of hatred that like Kween Kong and Kitty seem to have for her, but enough that it's like, you're no innocent little Cinnabon girl.
Yeah. Okay, then RuPaul comes in here and she says, we're going on a trip, whatever she does. And once again, these girls are like, we're going on an airplane? When have the girls ever, in all the seasons and all the shows and everything, when have they ever gone on an airplane in the middle of the season?
Dragula beat them out for that.
Yeah, it did, but like not Drag Race. So much, so funny you say that. I saw today on Reddit, the Dragula subreddit, someone was, said like, challenge ideas. And they were like, why haven't they done a roast? And someone put in there, the Boulets try to stay away from copying Drag Race. I'm like, first of all, no, they don't. Two, the reason they don't have a roast is the Boulet brothers, there's nobody in the world of drag who has less of a sense of humor about themselves than the Boulet brothers. They would absolutely die in a roast.
Did they think they were going to get on a plane, or did they think they were going to get on the USS Enterprise or whatever it's called?
Okay, so let's talk about this. The weird, awkward Star Trek and Canva placements on this show. What were your thoughts here?
I love it. I love ham-fisted nonsense like that. For some reason, it seems to offend people's sensibilities, but I love that kind of awkward. Let me just type on my laptop like indiscriminately, and then for no reason, even though they recognize that it was Star Trek Discovery's final season, they're like, you know what, we're going to cross promote anyway.
Yeah, which someone pointed out on Reddit, the last episode aired 5 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've been meaning to watch some of it. I've never like followed Star Trek really, but I have liked the little bit that I've seen. So,
yeah. And then what about the workroom? Any big thoughts when they were working in the workroom?
Well, like I said, that I love watching Tessa Testicle just randomly type on a fucking keyboard. It's kind of like a modern day version of the life-size meme of Tyra at work that everyone
And she literally
uses.
just says this.
These templates are terrific.
Which is actually, I'd say, relevant to a drag queen's career in a way that most products aren't, I'm pretty sure all the local clubs stuff is made on Canva.
Yeah. By the way, in a confessional, Queen's talking about her experience where she bombed her product placement thing on, her tourism ad or whatever on Down Under. And she goes, everybody and nobody knows, Queen. No one's thinking about you. Not everybody has memorized your CV. They're not all thinking. God, I hate Kween Kong so much.
I did laugh when it flashed back to her last advertisement and she said, come to Kween Kong Island, please. And I couldn't think. I was just thinking about you having a visceral reaction to that on your couch.
Yeah, I did. And I get upset. Like, it's not.
I know, that's what's funny.
People have been going like, oh, I can't wait to hear you rant and stuff like that. I'm like, and are there any good rant? I'm like, no, because it's one of these things where it's so upsetting to me that I don't even really want to talk about it. Like, honestly, it like makes me sick to my stomach.
Goodness.
I hate her.
Well, we only have 2 weeks left, Mama, so.
Well, even next week we might not see much of her because it's the Lollapalooza where the other queens. All right, for the photo shoot, Michelle directs a shoot with the girls as they record their tourism ads. Kitty and Michelle dish about the UK. Alyssa is about the US. Nehellenia struggles to say the word art. Tessa has a cow about Switzerland. And Queen goes down under. It's elimination day and the girls get ready for the runway. The girls discuss both drag and biological families. Nellie mourns the fact that she can't have a family in Italy. Alyssa worries she might behave like Mommy Dearest. And finally, Tessa gets emotional thinking about her friend's kids. Or what? When the friend let the kid watch Drag Race or something. It was something like that, or I don't know what it was. Any big thoughts on the shoot day or elimination day, Robert?
Yeah, I have a couple. I think I have decided, post-ironically, to come around to Michelle Visage as a Tia-boo because her insistence that she understands everything about the United Kingdom and then constantly get it wrong. It's come around to camp. I live. It's funny now.
I don't find it funny. I have a note here that it bugs the shit out of me with her stupid British shit.
It did for me forever. And for some reason, maybe I was just in a better mood watching this episode, but I was like, this girl. It's like, why didn't I know people pissed in telephone booths? It's like, I mean, you live in Los Angeles, land of people pissing on public items. You should know that would happen across the pond, diva.
So... later Tessa gets a read. I it was one of these things where I had a page of notes, but then there was one line on the next page. So I got rid of this note because I wanted to have it one page, be neat. And the note I had, and I'm going to bring it up here, is Tessa got a read from Michelle, actually, because they've already seen the cow outfit. And I'm like, first of all, she wore it on a day she thought she was going to lip sync, and she didn't lip sync. I'm not counting that.
All right. I respect that.
2, I live for the cowisms. I don't care that it's one note. I thought it was great. I thought it was funny, and I love it. Thank you.
All right. I love the diversity of opinion on this 2-person podcast because I kind of was Team Michelle on this. If she had corseted the cow, maybe I would have liked it the way that I did the first time. Because just a regular inflatable cow outfit, whatever, welcome to the West Hollywood Halloween Carnival, we get it. But a inflatable cow outfit with a corset, drag, that's drag.
But hold on for a second. For someone where English is probably their third language, the fact that she's able to do these cow puns so quickly is very impressive.
That's true. That is true. But I have not seen Tessa come anywhere close to struggling with any kind of expression in English this entire season. In fact, the opposite's been true where she's correcting Alyssa Edwards' English. And even RuPaul's very obliquely. So I think that Tessa has the capability to come up with better puns than being utterly excited and Michelle visage. I want more for her.
Kween Kong.
Kween Kong. I don't know that I remember anything from her segment with Michelle.
She did that fucking thing again.
Where she
picks her nose.
Yeah.
And I'm like... and then they even show a clip of her, I think when she was talking about her tourism spot where she makes a stupid face, because she's one of these people who's so fucking unfunny that she thinks picking her nose or making a stupid face is funny. I wish Christian was here.
Me too.
Because this Christian, because this Christian, he's so beautiful, right?
Oh.
But he doesn't need to do a stupid face or pick his nose to be funny, right? So I don't know, who are these people that think that they need to do that, Robert?
I don't know why you're asking me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Robert, you're beautiful too, and you don't need to pick your nose. Robert, you're so celoso, man. Like, what is this?
I think someone said this in the Discord, but I also bumped when Michelle Visage said, "I like the clap is chlamydia."
What does that mean? You bumped?
Like, I think if we're gonna reference STIs, we can be accurate. Well, the clap is gonorrhea.
Oh, what is the clap?
Gonorrhea.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no.
Let me ask AI Christian. AI Christian, do you know what the clap is?
The clap is chlamydia, doll.
It's not.
Okay, wait. Let me ask Diego. Hey, Diego, I have a question.
Sure thing, Joe. What's on your mind?
The clap, what is that slang for in terms of STIs?
Clap is slang for gonorrhea, a sexually transmitted infection caused by the Neisseria gonorrhoeae bacterium.
Once again, point Stanford.
I don't know why you guys ever doubt me. If I don't know something, I'm like, well, I don't know, I kind of think. And then all the other times I'm like, yeah, no, I know what I'm talking about.
So anyway, later on, this Kween Kong, I don't know what she's talking about, but it's just she wanted to throw herself under a bus. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I wish she would. I really would. I would be behind that.
How many more death wishes do you have for Kween Kong
I don't
today?
like her, Robert. I don't like her.
But you sang a whole song from her perspective.
I didn't sing a song. That's an actual recording of her singing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
The Lion King off.
The Lion King off. Yeah, she's the Lion King. All right, she's the Lion Queen. Hold on. AI Christian just wrote to me. Room for air and you have it, bitch. Joe is obsessed with her. Okay.
How arcane.
All right. What is room for air and you have it, bitch? What does that mean? I know Robert. AI Christian just said Robert.
We're parsing through this. We're destroying the rainforest for this.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. We didn't do Elimination Day. Any thoughts on Elimination Day?
Honestly, I almost regret saying it. But did you clock when Queen said that if it weren't for her drag mother, that she'd probably be in jail or dead?
I sat there and I said, what about your real fucking family who worked like 1,000 jobs?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Well, no, I mean, I just think that Queen thinks that she's like, if she's not going to be the main character hero of the world, then she's going to be the main character villain of the world. And it's like the megalomania mama.
Yeah.
But anyways, you have a different take on it, which I'd forgotten about. So
yeah. And then Alyssa brings up Steve. Like, we all know who Steve is. Who the fuck is Steve?
Steve's her mans, yo.
Since when?
I can't remember. I don't even know if it's the same guy that I met when I went to an Alyssa Edwards meet and greet like a decade ago. But I think at the time, I don't know if it's the same man. I should have Googled this before going on. But I think she was with the Latino guy.
Yeah, I think she has a thing for Latino guys.
Which makes sense for a white girl in Texas.
Yeah. All right, Robert. Well, it's time for the looks. What is this right here? What is it? Let me do that here. What's it? What's the tip I'm looking for? Oh, here it is. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. So we're just going to go over the looks. We're just going to do them. I had AI Christian, come up with his thoughts on the looks. AI Christian wrote me a note. That was a response to Robert asking why we doubt. Oh. Anyway, so we're now going to have AI Christian read the looks. The first look, by the way, is Kitty Scott Claus.
Kitty Scott Claus is giving us space dominatrix meets futuristic queen of the cosmos. That black latex gown is serving intergalactic realness with that dramatic structured shoulder, almost like she's got her own set of planetary rings. The slit? Oh, you know she wants to remind us she'll still all about the legs for days, honey. It ties into the theme by bringing in that sleek sci-fi edge with a dash of villain energy, like she's here to rule the galaxy and the runway.
All right, very good. Thank you, AI Christian. Robert, what were your thoughts on Kitty Scott Claus's look?
I mean, AI Christian got a lot of it. Yeah. I will instead refer to what I know, which is that I absolutely loved the Bootsy teleporter edits that they had when every queen started the runway. And they did it in season 3 when they did the space runway, where like RuPaul's just like, okay, now the rest of the girls go over to the back or untuck in the Interior Illusions Lounge or whatever. And then randomly, with no explanation at all, they just all dematerialized and phased out with the old cheesy sci-fi effect noises. And I've always loved that they did that. So I love that they did it here. It's so stupid.
That's but no thoughts on the specific look.
Not on Kitty's, no, because what is there to say? It was just a fucking piece of fabric that, or not even fabric, more like lame that was just wrapped around her in a weird arc. No one on Star Trek would be allowing that.
Well, I gotta tell you something. This AI is so amazing, Robert. I've actually asked AI Christian to give his own opinion on the looks.
Okay.
AI Christian, did you have an opinion on this, on Kitty's look?
Kitty Scott Claus's look is shit. I would say it looks like just a bunch, like a black caterpillar scrunched and ruched from one wrist over her linebacker silverback shoulders to the other. I don't know why you would enhance your manly proportions as such.
Oh, no.
Wow, Kween Kong.
Choker looks
this is Kitty,
too
though, right?
thick for Kitty, and she already struggles in the long neck department. So you're also looking like you're cutting off circulation here. She has these dodgy, like, planets, I suppose they're supposed to be, coming out of that weird, flaccid, thick caterpillar shoulder detailing. I would say the like regular mermaid trumpet gown under is fine with that slit in the middle. What I will give her props for is the color detailing for the galaxy. That it does look really pretty when it's reflecting under the light.
I gotta put a note into AI that AI Christian doesn't need to lean into his microphone. He can just sit back because the gain's pretty high.
Do you remember that scene from Her when Scarlett Johansson is the AI that Joaquin Phoenix's character has fallen in love with, and they're having a little chat, and they're already kind of on the outs, and Joaquin Phoenix is talking to Scarlett Johansson's AI, and it's like, why do you do that? And she's like, why do I do what? And he's like, you're an AI. You don't need to breathe in and out. You don't need to breathe. You're an AI. And she's like, how could you say that to me? I'm doing what you're doing. And then she freaks out. I love that AI Christian is as breathy as he is. And I see
AI
what's
Christian's
happening
taking a
here.
lot of breath. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next look, which I believe is Kween Kong.
Kween Kong is serving interstellar goddess realness with this metallic silver gown and those futuristic rings orbiting around her head like she's the sun of her own damn universe. The asymmetry of the gown and that thigh-high slit, major space warrior vibes, but make it fashion. She's literally giving a celestial queen with that headpiece, like she's ready to beam up, conquer galaxies, and snatch a crown or two along the way.
All right, thank you, AI Christian. Robert, any thoughts on Kween Kong's look?
I mean, RuPaul said that she has never looked more beautiful, and I, once again, don't live for that kind of an absolute, because Queen has had some beautiful looks this season, and this week was not one of them, I thought. It was very basic. Space age looks tend to be basic, but it was a next level up. And her fabric always looks like she got it in the discount bin of the discount bin of the discount store.
Well, it's also a rule they're going to do any kind of space thing. They have to say the term Judy Jetson Hooker, which I think they did do on this one.
Did they? I thought that kind of a Shangela reference would be considered off limits now.
This might have been pre-sexual assault allegations.
Oh, they've been around forever.
Let me see. Does AI Christian have any thoughts on Kween Kong's look?
Basic. I mean, it's clean. It's nice. I will say her makeup, I do think, is really gorgeous. This is the first time I think she goes this editorial. I'm really over that antenna fucking wig that the girls resort to when it comes to space age themes. But like Robert said, very basic. Also, hate the shoes. Those shoes are god awful. What year are we in? They take me to like 2012 so quick. So it just dates the whole look, period. And yeah, it's just a very basic column dress with a cheap belt put on sideways, not even backwards. And I don't understand the need for that random metallic tribal print ribbon that they're using to knot that's hitting the floor. Those tassels just cheapen the whole look. And I do think that there's fit issues here, but I think the color story on her skin is gorgeous. And what I will say is, like, it's not garbage, but for this stage, it feels like it.
You know, Robert, I gotta be honest with you. I did not realize AI was so advanced that it listens to you and also responds and takes what you say and can respond to it. It's amazing.
No, really, I am shocked at how far we've come in such a short period of time.
Yeah, we really have.
Come through premium ChatGPT subscription.
Right? Oh my God. And they're self-aware.
Oh, very self-aware, yeah.
Oh God, they're going to be hitting their own captchas before we know it. But
Yeah.
I will say one tiny thing is that I appreciate Queen's nod to like indigenous futurism. I just wish she was able to do it better.
Yeah.
Oh, and if that's the case, then this is a major miss.
Yeah, it could have been done better, but at least the lightest hint towards the concept was there. So I'll give it to her.
All right, here we go. I think the next one is Tessa Testicle. Here we go. AI Christian.
Tessa Testicle just took us to the galaxy's most fabulous celestial strip club, honey. This nude illusion bodysuit is covered in sparkling stars and a gigantic crescent moon that's practically screaming, I am the night sky. The way she's floating in with those dangling stars gives me intergalactic showgirl. She's here to outshine every other queen in the universe, and trust, no one's coming close to that sparkle.
All right, Robert. That was Tessa Testicle. What did you think here of Tessa?
I thought it was the end effect was great, but the look in general, it's a critique I have a lot of these kind of crafty adjacent looks, is that they just needed more like structural engineering to the appliques, because the stars were floppy, the moon was flopping all over the place, and it just makes the look, in essence, kind of saggy. And especially with the look that has as many like sharp defined angles as that one, saggy is like the worst thing you can do to the intended aesthetic, I think. So it felt undercooked and underbaked and flaccid.
Let me see. AI Christian, do you have any opinions on this look?
I think the design concept is strong, but to Robert's point, the flaccidness of these vinyl appliques are really distracting.
Mm-hmm.
They do catch the light beautifully, but that crescent moon is definitely DIY all the way, and you can see it from afar, which is a problem. She has these random fringe strings on the arms, which just distracting. They muddy the look. I understand she wants to hang stars from there, but it doesn't look intentional. It just looks like she ran out of time or material for it. She does sell the garment all the time, but yeah, no, it is a miss. Like I said, I think it's just for this stage, we need more than a nude catsuit.
All right, very good.
I'm obsessed with Tessa's commitment to wearing fringe on all of her looks.
All right, let's go to the next AI Christian, I believe, is Alyssa Edwards. Here we go.
Alyssa Edwards is out here looking like a space-age Vegas showgirl who just landed from the planet Fierce. This metallic structured mini dress is giving full-on Art Deco spacecraft with those dramatic fan-like shoulders that scream, take me to your leader because I am her. That chrome helmet, the final touch that makes her look like she's about to step into a UFO and serve the aliens some face, body, and a whole lot of attitude.
All right, very good. AI Christian is very sassy today. Robert, what did you think of Alyssa Edwards' look?
I thought the look is your standard silver Astro Affair, whatever, pretty expensive. But it did allow RuPaul to make one of my, I don't know, maybe just the runway commentary has been a little weak this season, but I did love Mesquite, we have a problem. Mm-hmm. And I loved Alyssa actively responding to it in the performance of the runway. I thought I liked that moment. It was fun. It was good.
AI Christian, do you have an opinion?
Definitely the best of the week. Very clean, strong Terry Mugler reference. Very gorgeous use of this mixed version of materials. I wouldn't think nude mesh. And to structure it and create boning with those metallic silver applique strips. Beautifully constructed garment. Looks very expensive. The chrome helmet looks stunning. Her makeup is incredible. The eye makeup looks gorgeous. Her legs, I mean, the body looks correct. What I will say, it is a little something like what we've seen before, but very clean, very pretty.
All right, very good.
Is it clean?
It's clean and very pretty. Finally, we have Nehellenia. AI Christian?
Nehellenia is out here looking like the campy anime villain of our outer space dreams. She's giving us Jetsons meets intergalactic pinup doll with this pink and metallic bodysuit, complete with googly-eyed breasts that are just ridiculous in the best way. The futuristic bob and thigh-high boots say, "I'm ready to fight aliens, but I'm doing it with a sense of humor." This is peak sci-fi queen meets cartoon realness. And honestly, she's taking us to another planet with it.
I'm really digging AI Christian this week. AI Christian's really just giving it.
Well, it's an advanced AI. Maybe AI Christian can speak more to this more intelligently than I can, but I find a problem that cosplayers frequently run into is that, they're adapting hyper stylized versions of looks that obviously are not practical whatsoever. And, who knows how that anything can work, but that the angles and the proportions and the way that everything works on page very rarely translates to a aesthetically pleasing look on an actual person. And I found that Nehellenia's concept here might have looked really cool, in an anime type of style, but just looked awful, god awful as a runway look. I thought it's the worst she's looked by far. I hated it.
Let's see what AI Christian thinks. AI Christian, what did you think?
Yeah, this is like a shitty version of something Jumbo would execute to perfection, right? The inflatable tube around her waist to create the skirt that is connected to the straps and the breasts should have been inflated more. And the wrinkleness of either it's bubblegum pink latex rubber bodysuit or it's a different polyester lycra, it's way too big on her. It has extreme fit issues, particularly in the arms and the crotch area. So that's really distracting. I do think it's a gorgeous color story. I do like the concept a lot. I do think the execution fell short.
Okay, very good. Well, those are all the looks. Let me type to AI Christian here. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna type to AI Christian because I don't know about this. Does AI Christian have any opinions on the tourism ads?
I'm sure he does.
What tourism ads, Joe?
Oh, the ones from this episode.
I didn't watch this episode, Joe. I only watched the images you uploaded.
Okay, good. You're just like Robert now.
Could you imagine?
If I'm compared to Robert, I would be compared to a supreme host.
Thank you, AI. So kind.
Well, does AI Christian want to stick around?
No, although I am an AI robot and we mentioned Scarlett Johansson earlier, I think the negativity between you two is a little depressing.
Okay, what does that have to do with Scarlett Johansson?
I don't know.
I'm joking. Okay, bitch, hold up. Cut the shit. So, okay, these descriptions are super off. So AI Christian is not on it. And
well, I said you could have changed what AI Christian said.
I know, but even the grammar was off on some of these, on two of these. That's why I stumbled reading it. I was just trying to read it as AI
can't read
as
bad
possible.
Grammar.
Well, no, it was just reading it at that speed. I was like, but no, it got like a lot of the material wrong. It actually got some of the silhouettes incorrect. Mm-hmm. But I do think it's really good at using because what I will say, it is pretty spot on when it's saying things like, and it's screaming, "I am the night sky," because it's kind of referencing what the girls are using for their descriptions, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the part that is impressive, but no, it's super off.
Part of it could be, especially today, I told it to be as short as possible, because I think maybe when it has more time to go on and on and on and on, it's a little bit better. But then it takes like a minute to read everything. Anyway, all right. Well, Christian, thank you for being here.
Oh my God, yes.
And we'll talk
I'll
to you
stick
next.
around. How much
Wait,
longer are you guys? Yeah, I was fucking with you guys.
Oh.
I felt like, of course he's going to stick around. Hello.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
when AI Christian was like, no, I'm good. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess he has to go do. All right, so let's talk about this, the No Place Like Home tourism ads. Robert, I have just really quick notes on them, one by one, but I don't know if you had more. So Kitty Scott Claus, she did the UK. Do you have any big thoughts here?
You know, oh my God, I've been such a contrarian to myself this
Whose alarm
episode.
is that?
Not mine.
Oh. AI Christians.
I would never do something
AI
that unprofessional.
next game. Yeah, go ahead.
I think this commercial was the most I've enjoyed Kitty all season. I mean, obviously the faggots and mash and spotted dick are stuff that everyone's heard 10 billion times, but I think that the overall edit was pretty well done, and the jokes were, you know, not super original, unlike what Kitty always says about herself, but I thought it was fine. I thought that she was adequately placed high, and honestly, based on the final products of all 5, she could have won this challenge. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's how I felt.
Look, you know, I don't like this Kitty, so I think the fact that I just wrote "it was fine" is a big compliment. Kween Kong, what did you think of this one, Robert?
I've really discombobulated and didn't have a central like tenet. Why were we supposed to go to Australia or New Zealand?
Well, I think someone made. Oh no, this was a point on Reddit where someone said that a person from Australia or New Zealand would have never lumped Australia and New Zealand together. It's just not something that you would do.
Yeah,
you know, there's even just that premise alone was very bizarre. But they made a good point on the judges panel. Like, why would you be promoting? It was all about Spanky Jackson and Anaconda,
which I loved because I love Spanky Jackson and have grown to like Anaconda. So. Less time to focus on Queen and more time to focus on Spanky is a plus in my book. Bring Spanky back again, please.
Well, it's one of these things too. Kitty does this too, where they're like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get canceled, aren't I?" I'm like,
oh yes,
no, you
again.
Didn't say any. Yeah, you didn't say anything. Yeah,
yeah.
You're gonna get canceled for being a fucking bitch.
because your quality of work is poor.
Yeah. What about Tessa Testicles?
Tessa's. Unfortunately, same opinion as Michelle. I thought that the cow was a little bit. I don't even have a cow pun. I was going to say undercooked, but I've already said that. I didn't do it for me, and I don't think I know anything more about Switzerland. Not that this was supposed to be educational, but I would have liked to at least learn something. Like she really just made it as cheese and chocolate.
I know she was milking this bit, but I think it was fantastic. I loved it.
All right, well that's good. Grade A?
Grade A. Mm-hmm. Calcium, mama. Alyssa Edwards.
2 things about this commercial stood out to me. One, we have frequently said that Alyssa Edwards would be on the Mount Rushmore of Drag Race. Mm-hmm. And somewhere in the AI universe must be listening, because there was that long shot of Alyssa Edwards on Mount Rushmore, and I just thought it looked so stupid.
Yeah.
And then to harken back to something I said on Just Between Us Girls, I know we don't go political often, but I don't know why Alyssa Edwards chose to make reference to the political circus of a 4-year election cycle. Mm-hmm. Quite literally just reference it for a split second, make a very Chappell Roan-esque both sides are bad statement, and then drop it and not like actually why bring it up at all?
Yeah.
It was such a weird thing to bring up, I thought.
I thought it was weird, I don't know if this is tangential at all, but like, I thought it was weird. She was like, I'm going to take you on a tour of the US of A. And then she did New York City for no reason whatsoever. And then Mesquite, Texas. And that was it.
Yeah. But I mean, those are 2 polar opposite parts of the country. So I guess it works. Like was she going to show us? Like, I don't know, like Eureka, Northern California. Who cares?
Speaking of AI, this is exactly what, if you said, AI, give me a version of a tourism spot from Mesquite, Texas, from Alyssa Edwards. This is kind of what AI would spit out.
It probably would, because it included the very overdone Jennifer Coolidge hot dog joke, which can we please retire it?
And then finally, Nehellenia.
Again, you as a prognosticator, way back when at the beginning of the season, you said at some point Nehellenia might do the whole "It's a me, Mario," and baby, we got it.
Look, I don't think I'm that much of a prognosticator. I think a lot of it is this show is just very predictable.
Very much, but I would have never predicted them to get bootleg Mario World 1-1 blocks and have Nehellenia literally go through a warp pipe.
Yeah.
Has Nintendo secretly been funding this whole season? Why is this? I know that it ain't fair use, but I enjoyed it. The rest of it, I don't. I didn't really follow. I don't think that Nehellenia did well this challenge.
She just leaned. No, I didn't think so either. Over on Untucked, Queen feels like a failure. Tessa reflects on her progress. All the girls reflect on how lucky they are before. They all give well wishes to Nehellenia. Over on the main stage, Alyssa Edwards is named the winner of the challenge, while Tessa Testicle and Kween Kong are placed in the bottom two, forcing them to face off in a lip sync battle for their lives. The song "Don't Leave Me This Way" by Thelma Houston. In the end, Kween Kong lived to see another day, while Tessa Testicle was asked to sashay away. Robert Mata, any final thoughts on the episode?
Thank God we're almost done, girl.
Oh, look at this. When I was like, I want to quit, and Robert was like, no, we're going to finish this episode, this season.
And we will. I'm just saying, thank God we're almost done. And next week, like you said, we probably don't have to talk about Queen and Kitty, and we can just gush over how much we love Miranda and Gala and Vanity and Pythia and everyone else.
Wait, so who left? Who got eliminated?
Tessa.
Oh, no. She was her and Alyssa made this whole season.
You actually didn't watch the episode?
No, I really didn't.
Oh.
It's the only episode I haven't watched of this season. But you know what I have been watching? UK season 6. I have not liked a season of Drag Race like this in quite a while.
They're having a good time.
They're so good. The cast is great. It's perfect.
Robert said his dream was to cover it with you.
Oh my God. I think that would actually be great. You know, people are requesting, OG, bring it to the runway. I wouldn't want to do it, bring it to the runway. I would want to do just Drag Race recap. Yeah, I would.
Robert,
I would love to just replace Joe.
Yeah, I'm for that. Yeah.
Have producer Joe Boppy over here.
AI Joe.
That would actually be really cunt.
I'm going to be honest with you. Producer Poppy Joe would be much easier because now AI does 85% of my work for me now. So it's not that big of a deal.
I would want
Why
you
are
on,
you so
though.
pro AI?
For certain things, I feel like you're good at.
I think certain things means run the board.
Well, all of it. Well, and then you could run the board better, especially because we have the same roadcaster.
Robert, do you have any final thoughts on the episode? Oh, did I say who it was? Oh, I said, in the end, Kween Kong lived to see another day while Tessa Testicle, that's a sashay away. Robert Mata, any final thoughts on the episode?
I'm struggling to come up with the capstone for this episode because it just kind of felt like run through the numbers, let's get through this Lollapalooza, and then let's crown Alyssa Edwards. They gave Alyssa Edwards her win so that, no one can say that no one else was robbed, right?
Well, honestly, in a weird kind of way, it's probably the best thing that happened was Tessa gets eliminated because then we get to see her next week on the Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And she wasn't going to win anyway. And the finale is going to be a bunch of guys, we can already write this. They're going to go into the workroom and they're like, oh my God, it's so empty. And dolls, I'll be honest with you. This was the final four that I imagined in my head when I first walked in, And
if Queen says that and then the camera cuts to Nehellenia, I'm going to be so over it.
All right. Well, that's going to do for this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Be sure to join us next week and every week as we continue to just... Christian, have you heard this yet? Have you heard? This is not AI Robert.
Oh, my God.
Are you about to play it?
I just played it.
Wait, do it again. No, that's a recording of Robert.
It is a recording of Robert.
Yeah,
you said it was AI Robert.
No, I said it's not AI Robert.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like him.
Yeah.
I thought that was Robert saying it right now.
Robert, say it right now.
I refuse.
Why?
I feel like a 7-year-old getting ganged up on by my older cousins who are making fun of the fact that my Spanish is awful.
Okay,
Bitch,
Christian.
I didn't say shit.
Christian, what did I tell you earlier today? Christian was like, we got to do X, Y, and Z. And I said, listen, Christian, maybe you can do that. I can't do it because Robert's very sensitive when it comes to anything I say.
I mean, I was
super upset.
I was just making I feel like a drag queen would have a meltdown about that. Then we'd have a whole mirror moment about how my parents not teaching me Spanish has led to me being ethnically divorced from my community.
Well, after Robert dog walked AI Christian, like he dog walks Christian in day to day for doubting him, I don't feel bad for making you feel bullied by your older cousin's beach.
I don't actually care. I just thought it was funny.
Anyway, be sure to join us next week and every week as we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Global All-Stars Season 1. So for Robert Mata, AI Christian, and myself,
sashay away until next week.
And follow All Perras on Instagram.
Wait, hold
we
on.
officially posted.
Oh, you guys officially posted?
Yes, we posted the cover art today. It was finally finalized.
Wait, hold on for a second. Wasn't the whole thing that I didn't get invited to your multiple birthday parties?
We haven't done it yet. We're doing it on Monday. We're literally doing
Today
it a week from
Today's
today.
Monday.
A week from today. We decided it literally like when I posted the cover art.
Robert,
Trust me, if you haven't received details, it's for a reason.
Robert, I'm telling you, Thursday I may get a call. We were going to rent out of Shakey's in Glendale.
Fierce. I've been needing to go to an unlimited
in Montebello, bitch, before Glendale.
We got the Shakey's in Montebello, and now they're saying that they're going to have a Monday night football thing, and they can't do it. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Can we go to the Rainforest Cafe in Ontario?
They have one?
Mm-hmm.
Robert's been talking to me about this for a while.
Ew, the food there sucks.
I haven't been, so I have yet to see.
Do the birds ever shit in the food?
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
Yeah.
I don't think there are real birds in there.
At ALLPERRAS.
Wait, hold on for a second. I'm going to do just for a second.
Again.
When I used to go to the Rainforest Cafe in South Coast Plaza, they were real fucking birds.
What kind of birds? That's
no,
a gag.
bro, were they?
In the old days, yeah.
But not like the Disney. The last Rainforest Cafe I went to was Disneyland.
I never went to that one, but there used to. The one I knew was in South Coast Plaza, and they had real fucking birds in there.
But wouldn't that mean that they need like real bird keepers or
Yes,
tamers
they had
or
real
whatever?
bird keeper. Yes.
What?
Oh, were they like real, like parrots? Like
Hold
they
on
weren't
for a
like
second.
regular birds?
Let me finish the outro, then we'll get back to this. Hold on.
This podcast was
I think people want to know.
by Sabrina Vanavancourt.
I'll stay on the air. I'm just going to play
on Instagram at RAWB54. Follow Joe Betance on Instagram at Joe Betance. Special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters: April Pacheco, Astute Girl, Brad Coley, Derek Byers, Doofus Maximus, E. Smith, Effie Wap, Emma, Phil Skit Pony, Flying Suki, Humble Pie, J. Thomas Plank, Kathy Zender, Lauren Eckert, Lucy Carrasco, Luke Stamen, Mary S., Mike Yeager, Nikki Baker, Mickey Pettit, Poppy Woods, We've Gotta Go Edita, Robert NYC, Sarah Yu, Runner Brandon, Tom Bombs, Trabby Cosmos, and Troy Anderson. Drag Race Recap is an Afterthought Media podcast.
Okay, wait a minute. I stand corrected, but I'm going to have to do some research. Oh, wait, did Rainforest ever have one? Yeah, okay. The first location featured live bird with an artificial jungle.
Where was the first location?
Let me see. Where was the first? I have
Pier 39.
San Francisco?
So this is what I remember. The birds weren't there all the time. They were basically almost like Chuck E. Cheese, like a show.
Okay, that's a lot more sensible.
Yeah. So there would be like maybe there were fake birds during between shows.
Okay.
The first one was in Bloomington, Minnesota.
What?
But I'll have to go on like a Reddit or something like that. And because look,
the Rainforest Cafe Reddit.
Well, look, the Rainforest Cafe that I remember was like in the 90s when BoJack Horseman was a star.
BoJack Horseman?
Yeah, remember he was a big star in the 90s.
I haven't seen it. It looks a little bit too dismal and depressing, therefore relatable.
It is dismal and motherfucking depressing, man. Who's Christian talking to? Christian's talking to his phone, and then he's looking up at us menacingly.
I know. What is that evil ass little smirk?
Yeah. He's talking to somebody. He's looking up at us like, when a little sister is talking to the other sister about you, and they're like whispering and then looking at you as they talk about you.
Yeah, I just saw my sister.
I was sending my cousin a happy birthday text message or voice message because I will forget if I don't do it right now.